Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey, chapter 118. 118. It is the last day of the week, aka the shotgun dropkick workout. I am feeling pretty good. My knees hurt a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Right now the camera is literally about to fall, but it's like in mid process of falling. So one more turn and it's gonna go kaputty, but when we get there, we get there. Anyways, today's subject matter is gonna be a little weird because I didn't actually think I was going to talk about this, but this was an issue slightly for today because I was trying to find something that was open, but it wasn't, and that is the day after a holiday. And I know that sounds weird, but I think I'm going to extrapolate it into a bunch of other things, I guess. But the main thing is right now, I'm headed to the gym. It is the day after 4th of July, aka July 5th. It's also a Friday, which is annoying because now a lot of things and a lot of people ended up taking today off, which is fine and it's understandable, but it's kind of like, all right, I get it, I understand it. It's like, you know, you get the 4-day weekend. Most people are, you know, this is a whatever day. It's already a Friday, so usually Fridays at work are usually whatever days, but I'm gonna extrapolate it out to the gym, and I'll get into details about it and all that when I do the voiceover. But it's just funny to me that today is almost not seen as like a day. It's almost seen like as an extra weekend day almost. It's like a Saturday part one, you know what I mean, or a Sunday part one. Even though that's weird. Although yesterday it felt like Sunday, but maybe we'll talk about one episode we'll just talk about how days have certain feelings. But that's a whole other episode on its own, because that is something that I would like to discuss, and I feel like I'm not the only person who has that feeling where certain days feel like certain things. But anyways, but today is one of those days where it is a Friday, but it doesn't feel like a Friday. It feels like a Saturday or like a weird day that doesn't exist. Like I always remember the episode from Doug where he makes up a third weekend day and he called it Fun Day, and I'll never forget that because that's what I would call another weekend day if there one existed. So that's what I call it, the Fun Day. But anyways, it is just interesting that today is being treated as if like it's an off day, and I'm like here like I almost treated it like it's an off day right now because I was like, man, I don't feel like fucking going to the gym. I have other shit to do. I had other things that I needed to get done, and I'm like, there's still things that I need to get done regardless, but I'm like, ah, fuck it, I gotta go. It is what it is. We'll talk more about that on the inside. Alright, so start this day off with leg extensions. They were pretty good, felt pretty great. Overall, the gym was. Alright, so that was fucking weird. I did an entire I did an entire recording session. I went back, for some reason the audio was fucked, and then when I saw this back, I was like, huh, the WAV file looks weird, and then all of a sudden I see it here, and it was completely fucked. It was just that for the entire time. So I don't know what the hell happened there, and it made it so this is the second time I'm recording this, which is honestly probably pretty good because I feel like the first time wasn't that great, but still, what the fuck? Anyways, that was super fucking annoying. Back to the main subject matter at hand. The gym was dead today. On this day in particular, it was very dead, which was kind of nice because I had the gym to myself. Not many people showed up, which is okay. It happens. The reason why I wanted to talk about that, though, because it's funny that the day after a major holiday, when most people would have the day off, for some reason, they don't end up actually going to the gym either again or the day after. Like, for some reason it was packed beyond belief the day of, even though they're gonna close early. I get that, like, that makes sense. But then the next day, when it would make sense to go again or just go then instead of the day of, for some reason completely dead. And I understand why it happens. I am not going to say like there isn't a reason, you know, people are still like hungover or full from the day before because they're doing festivities and whatnot. Fireworks are a late night thing or a nighttime thing, so people are up later than they might normally be, whatever. But still, it's kind of crazy that it's almost treated as if the day doesn't exist, but this is the actual holiday, the day after. And of course it makes sense because it's a Friday, so it's also compounding on that. Maybe I'm wrong, and a lot of the people who went to the gym the day before went to work the next day. You know, that could be wrong, but I also feel like
The reason why I made this video in general was because I went to multiple spots this day trying to do stuff, but unfortunately those places were closed, which was shocking to me because I'm like, oh shit, they just straight up closed on the Friday. They just said, nah, fuck this, everybody's getting a 4-day weekend, which is probably my fault more than anything that I didn't realize that they were closed, of course, but I didn't realize that, and it caused a little bit of a issue for me, but later on I got it fixed because I finally found a place that was open so I can take care of what I needed to take care of. But still, it's just kind of funny that the day that is technically a work day is just like thrown away off the wayside, you know, not really worried about. And I think that's the main reason why I wanted to talk about this, was that I could have thrown this day out of the window. I didn't want to go to the gym because I had other shit to do. I had shit to do after this workout, and I actually talk about it in a bit when I get into the car ride. But I'm glad I did end up going, because I'm always glad when I do go, and no matter what, even if it is like I only get a truncated version of what I do, or whatever happens, I'm still going, and it's like it adds a +1 to the scoreboard, and I'm always happy about that. Plus, it negates any of that feeling of trying to compound not going, you know, trying to get away from that entire idea of the time off. Fuck it, I don't need to go this Friday again, or I don't need to go on Monday, you know, that entire compounding feeling, because that happens to me a lot when it comes to dieting. I have struggled with that a lot in dieting. You know, 1 bad day leads to 2 bad days, leads to 3 bad days. But when it comes to the gym, I try not to let it compound. Like, I'll take a day off, but it's like, you motherfucker, you don't let this happen again, you know? And it's strange how for going to the gym, I try not to let it compound, but also I don't feel like it'll ever compound. But for food, it's a lot easier. I guess it's because, you know, the access of food, we all have to eat. Eating is great, you know, all that other jazz when it comes to it. But while going to the gym, it's an actual event and it's a thing. You have to prep for it, all this other stuff. Maybe that's the real reason why it takes so long to do something like that. But still, I'm just very glad that I ended up going, even though I didn't get everything that I could have gotten in. I'm still glad that I went, because now I got ahead of myself and I put myself in a better spot than before. So I'm very glad about that.
We're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed. Well, actually one, but it's just those sledgehammers that I started doing, the rear delt sledgehammers. But I'm not going to count that because I'm going to start doing them every day because they have been fixing my shoulder. But it is what it is. Exercises skipped. There were 2. I did not do leg curls, and I didn't do leg raises. Both leg related things. Well, obviously it's the lower body, but both things were skipped mostly because of corporate America / I have an interview in about less than an hour, so I have to get home and go take care of that. This road is blocked. Give me 1 second. Because I have an interview in less than an hour, so I have to get home and get ready for that, and then also walk my dog right before that. It is also blisteringly hot outside, so it's gonna be a short walk anyway. But anyways, I am feeling all right. My legs kind of hurt a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I'm looking forward to going home, resting, relaxing. It sucks that I didn't get those 2 things in, but it is what it is. Sometimes you have to do things and sacrifice certain things in order to get other things done. So it is what it is. And besides, at least I did those 2 things earlier in the week. Well, one of the 2 things earlier in the week, so it's not too bad. But still, regardless, it is what it is. But I'm glad I got it in. And that's the other thing that I was going to mention this. The gym, pretty dead today, which is kind of crazy because I'm like, holy shit, yesterday packed beyond belief, but today nah, not really, not many people coming in. So it's very interesting that even the day after of a holiday, of a major holiday, people are like, most people take it off, whatever. Today they're like, meh, whatever. Nah, I'm not going to the gym. So the main message I would like to say in this video would be that if you ever feel like taking a day off because it's after another thing, like, you know, it's like a long weekend, whatever, don't. Be the type of person that doesn't do that shit, and you get farther in life. I feel like I've done a little bit extra today, so it gives me more motivation in order to keep going. I feel like if I would have taken the day off today, I would have felt it later in the world. / to going today helped me reach my goals for my body closer closer than I would have if I hadn't gone. There are things like that. I'm going to go do an interview right now, which I didn't think I would have to do on a day right after a holiday, but it's happening. So it is what it is. Maybe I'll get this job. Who knows? It all just depends, right? It's taking those days off that really can start a domino effect and a bad habit accumulation where you can get to the point where you're screwing yourself, really. So you got to be careful about those types of things and just making sure that they're one-offs. And even then, if you can avoid doing them, then avoid doing them. Just go, you know, do whatever you need to do. And that's what I've enjoyed about today's workout, is that I actually went, I did it. It wasn't very full. I feel like I was getting ahead of other people that were there, you know what I mean? But realistically, you're not really in competition with anybody, but more so yourself. So I'm getting ahead of the laziness that would kick in really easily if I just do one day off. But thankfully, I didn't take that day off. And that is why I am happy about that. And I don't know where else I was going to go with that. But with that being said, tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about really anything, but particularly, you know, the day after a holiday where you're just kind of bumming it a little bit. It's kind of like a whatever day. You know, tell me about that. I don't know what other holiday day after I could think of. There's usually something else that happens, except for the day after Christmas, I would say. The saddest day of the year because, you know, it's the day after Christmas. That's never fun. But anyways, it's a whole other subject for a whole other day. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with somebody who may or may not like it. See you in the next one. Peace. Oh, and keep it heavy. I gotta start saying that more frequently. Keep it heavy. Peace.